Tonight, a potentially deadly flaw in many of Queensland's frontline fire trucks.
Police risked their lives to rescue a man after a chase on the Sunshine Coast.
And foreigners, the firm favourites on the eve of the Melbourne Cup.
With Kay McGrath and Rod Young, this is 7 News.
Good evening.
Good evening and welcome to this special edition of 7 News. Tonight, it's my pleasure to welcome Rod Young to the team.
Thank you, Kay. I'm looking forward to it.
Good. Well, first tonight, a Brisbane man accused of kicking a New Year's Eve reveller to death has walked free from court. The victim's parents have lashed out at the legal system, which let their son's attacker go.
21-year-old Corey Gibson never uttered a word as he left Brisbane Supreme Court a free man. After just 4 hours of deliberating, a jury found him not guilty of murder or the lesser charge of manslaughter. It's a verdict Roy Alcock and his wife Helen will never accept.
We've been waiting for this day and we were thinking that maybe we'd get some justice, but unfortunately we didn't.
Their 29-year-old son Greg died on the corner of Ann and Boundary Streets in the early hours of New Year's Day last year after a drunken brawl with Corey Gibson. The jury heard just before the fight, Greg Alcock wished Corey Gibson a happy new year. But it was then things turned horribly wrong and a fatal scuffle erupted. Greg Alcock threw the first punch after he was called a homosexual, but that swing missed. The pair then hit each other repeatedly before Corey Gibson allegedly kicked Greg Alcock in the neck.
They had to prove beyond reasonable doubt that the kick was what killed him. And I think they couldn't prove that beyond reasonable doubt.
You know, I hope it's a lesson that the bloody law system needs a bit of wakening up.
Kim Skubris, 7 News.
An urgent program's underway to fix a life-threatening defect discovered in a significant number of Queensland's fire trucks. 2 of the service's pumpers have been left disabled during bushfires. More than 100 others face similar problems.
They're the pride of the fleet, the new Scania, worth more than $500,000 each, but with one potentially deadly flaw. The turbo engine that gives them their power also makes them a fire hazard.
Any burning embers that come close to the front of the vehicle will be drawn in.
Once inside, there's nothing stopping those embers setting fire to the cardboard air filter. In recent bushfires at Camira and Cairns, 2 of the trucks caught fire. The union newsletter warns the first crews knew of the problem was the unexpected shutdown of the Scania's engine.
25 of those vehicles and also quite a number on order, so we've got to find a permanent solution before those vehicles arrive.
In the meantime, all those trucks will be fitted with a simple steel mesh supplied free by the manufacturer.
We're hoping that the ember will actually sit on there and burn out before it goes in there and becomes a problem.
The biggest concern for firefighters is the pumps are powered by the engine. When the motor stops, so does the water.
Well, I don't think any firefighters' lives have been placed at risk in any way, shape or form.
But the service warns any turbo truck could have this fault. They currently own 100 and by January next year, almost the entire fleet will be turbo-powered.
The vehicle can burn. We can always replace that, but you can't replace the fireman.
Michael Coombs, 7 News.
Air safety investigators say 2 pilots killed in a light plane crash at Archerfield last year had not secured fuel caps. Their plane crashed moments after takeoff, narrowly missing a truck stop.
The co-owners of the twin-engine Piper Comanche had been conducting a test flight on May 23rd last year. Both qualified pilots, they were killed instantly when the plane crashed in fading light. Among the victims, Nairi Moxley, a 3-time winner of the Airwoman of the Year award. The Australian Transport Safety Bureau's accident report confirmed the left-wing fuel tank filler caps were not secured before takeoff. Fuel vented from the left wing had the appearance of smoke, and the pilots were unable to maintain control of the aircraft. The report also details the final communications between the pilots and the control tower. On takeoff, this from the tower: Charlie November Zulu, there's smoke coming from one of your engines. A pause, then it's the left engine. 10 seconds later, Charlie November Zulu, did you copy? From a pilot confirmation, we're shutting it down and request a left turn back for landing. It's now known the engine wasn't leaking smoke, but fuel from the uncapped tanks. Seconds later, the plane crashed. Investigators believe the pre-flight inspection may have been hurried because of deteriorating light. The fading conditions could also have prevented the pilots from seeing the unsecured fuel caps on takeoff, which occurred just after sunset. David Salmon, 7 News.
There's been a dramatic end to a police pursuit on the Sunshine Coast overnight. Officers dragging a man to safety from his burning car. A grass fire erupted when the vehicle burst into flames near the Big Pineapple. The driver was overpowered by police after refusing to leave the car, which was seconds away from being engulfed by flames. The man was unhurt and appeared in court this morning on numerous driving offences.
Child sex offenders face tough new penalties as part of an overhaul of laws approved by State Cabinet today. Anyone found guilty of indecently dealing with a child under 12 could be jailed for 20 years. As well, police will get new powers to run special operations against pedophiles who use the internet to lure their victims.
The Australian Democrats have warned the full sale of Telstra is all but dead following damaging revelations against the communications giant. The opposition wants a royal commission, but the government's ruling it out.
At Alice Springs today, John Howard had his own opportunity to test out Telstra's services in the bush. But it's city services that may bring the government's privatisation plans undone. Claims Telstra cost small businesses millions have led to new allegations the carrier committed perjury and even tapped telephones. The government says it happened a decade ago and Telstra paid compensation.
The bad old days when we didn't have customer service guarantees or network reliability frameworks, when Telstra fixed your phone when it was good and ready.
The Minister has now ordered an inquiry by the Australian Communications Authority. But those who suffered say it doesn't go far enough.
Why is he now sending it to the ACA? This is just a nonsense. It's another deflection.
The opposition agrees and continues to demand a royal commission.
What has the government got to hide? What has Telstra got to hide?
So far, the Prime Minister's supporting Telstra.
They've denied the allegations, and at this stage there's no case for a royal commission.
But in the Senate, the allegations have hardened opposition to any further sale of Telstra. And the timing couldn't be worse, with the government's pre-sale report on bush services due at the end of the week.
Well, I think it is going to make it more difficult. It'll make senators more wary.
I think the government's plan to sell off Telstra is dead and buried.
In Canberra, Glenn Milne, 7 News.
Well, with Australians preparing to gamble millions, the imported horses are still the favourites on the eve of the Melbourne Cup. Paddy Welsh is at Flemington. And Pat, how's the weather holding out there?
Kay, a few showers here in Melbourne today, but not enough really to change predictions of a good track. Tonight, Media Puzzle remains favourite, but some big money's changed hands today for Distinctly Secret. Whatever happens, this city's ready for Australia's most watched sporting event.
The Melbourne Cup Carnival left the track this morning for the annual Parade of Champions through the city streets. Past and present Cup characters part of the procession, some trying their luck a day early. The police may not be as tolerant at Flemington tomorrow, where a record crowd of more than 120,000 is expected. In light of recent terrorist activity, police have already scanned the course and the VRC has increased security.
The club works closely with the Victoria Police Force and all other authorities, and we have our own contracted security force on course, so it's a very secure venue.
Also under scrutiny, the best credentialed runner in the Cup, Vinnie Rowe. The Irish stayer hasn't been himself and finished off his preparation with some light work with stablemate Media Puzzle this morning.
Every day Vinnie Rowe just, picks up a little bit. He's still got a bit of weight to make up, but what we have, we have.
Godolphin's formidable three, Pujan, Hatharana and Beekeeper, were put through a more arduous hit-out, delighting connections.
I was happy really with them. They are in good form, good condition, and I think if there is any rain coming also, it will help them.
Clearing showers are forecast, but this Flemington track should still be rated as good, which will suit Australasia's best hope. Distinctly Secret rattled home in the McKinnon Stakes on Saturday for trainer Mark Walker. The young Kiwi has only been training for 4 years and believes he can upstage the Northern Hemisphere horses.
It's a level playing field, and the worst bred and cheapest horse can win a 2-mile race.
And Distinctly Secret was well supported at the call of the card, as was Vinnie Rowe and Rain Gauge. But the biggest bet of $63,000 was for Beekeeper. Paul Gregg, 7 News.
And some big racing news from here tonight. Gay Waterhouse has been charged by VRC stewards with giving false evidence over the scratching of her Star Platinum scissors before last Saturday's Victoria Derby. They're now investigating betting sheets and she'll face them again on Friday. As for the Cup, Sevens tipster Max Presnell is sticking with media puzzle. Personally, I think Vinnie Rowe can get the bacon tomorrow. Good luck. Sevens exclusive cover, of course, from 9:20. It's going to be a fantastic day. And Rod, by the way, great to have you on the team.
Thanks indeed, Pat. Pat Welch from Melbourne.
Well, still ahead tonight, startling World Health Organisation claims about Australia's hospital care.
Police nabbed the Posh Spice kidnap gang.
And a 200-car pile-up turns a freeway into a wrecking yard.
Jack Bauer is about to become expendable. Dennis Hopper is a mass murderer. You're insane. And he wants revenge now.
Drop your weapons! Don't do it, Bauer!
24 tonight.
There's bargains galore at your Spotlight store.
Stop! Today only, Spotlight is slashing 15% off everything. 15% off every product in every department, including sale items. Until 9 p.m. tonight, take 15% off everything at all Spotlight stores.
LG's Jet Cool air conditioner blows icy cold air into the room stronger, further and faster.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
So now even the coolest air conditioner has its warm moments. LG, life's good.
You'll have to be an early bird. Rush into Woolworths tomorrow. We're stretching our Red Spot sale to the limit. 20 to 36-pack Huggies Convenience nappies, just $10.98. That's $10.98, saving you $2.95 tomorrow only. And seedless watermelon, now 77 cents a kilo. 77 cents a kilo. Great value, Monday only. We're stretching our Red Spot sale to the limit, so get in early before it's too late. Only at Woolworths tomorrow.
North Jacklin Nissan are clearing out all 2002 floor stock to make way for 2003 models. The legendary Nissan Patrol now comes with free bull bar, free tow bar, free tailored mats, free headlight protectors on all models in stock. Stocks are limited, so don't miss the North Jacklin Nissan floor stock clearance sale.
The good old days are back for Horn sewing cabinets. Now you'll pay only $3.99 for this Horn Deluxe Special with most of the features you've always wanted, including Horn's famous lifter and loads of storage space. But hurry, the Horn Deluxe Special for a limited time only at these Horn retailers.
North Jacklin Nissan are clearing out all 2002 floor stock to make way for 2003 models. Only pay home loan interest rates on Pulsar sedans and hatches. Australia's best value for money small car has never been more affordable. Stocks are limited, so don't miss the North Jacklin Nissan floor stock clearance sale.
It's a party every night on the carnival from tonight at 10:30. Fun, frivolity, stars and party people.
We have a great time every night. Celebrate Melbourne Cup Week with Roy and HG. The party begins tonight, 10:30.
Victorians will go to the polls at the end of the month. Premier Steve Bracks today announced an early election for November the 30th. Opposition leader Robert Doyle has been in the job only 10 weeks but says he's prepared for the battle.
The World Health Report has made startling claims that Australian patients are 4 times more likely to suffer adverse medical outcomes than those in the United States. Medical groups have attacked the figures as flawed.
Delivering the World Health Organisation's biggest research project, Dr. Alan Lopez said there were some surprising revelations.
The report is a wake-up call to governments.
It suggests an alarming 16.6% of patients are likely to suffer measurable harm in the Australian healthcare system. That's compared with just 3.8% in the United States and 10% in the United Kingdom. The Federal Health Minister and AMA say the figures are wrong.
That would be alarming if it were true. It's apples and oranges. They're not comparing the same things.
Dr. Russell Stitt says Australian medical care is first rate, and that's partly demonstrated through the life expectancy figures contained in the same study. At 71.6 years, it's the 4th highest in the world, behind Japan, Switzerland and Sweden.
The report also suggests Australians could live an average 6 years longer if they better heeded their health warnings and governments took some bold steps to address the risk factors.
We've made major inroads with smoking,
where tobacco has come from 2/3 of the population smoking down to less than 1/5.
but it's still the main contributor to preventable deaths, along with high blood pressure, alcohol, obesity and high cholesterol. Kathy Wise, 7 News.
A car pile-up in California has put dozens of people in hospital. Almost 200 vehicles were involved in the chain reaction, including 7 semi-trailers. At least 40 people were hurt, many with critical injuries.
A mass funeral has been held for the 26 children and 3 adults killed in last week's Italian earthquake. The service was held in a huge tent, the young victims in white caskets. Afterwards, they were carried in a procession to the village cemetery. The children and their teacher all died in their school building, which collapsed in last Thursday's quake.
British soccer star David Beckham has upgraded security around his family in the wake of a plot to kidnap his wife. 9 people have now been arrested after the scheme was brought undone by a British newspaper.
The scene was a quiet car park in London's Docklands district. 4 members of the gang thought they were about to be paid for some stolen antiques when suddenly they were surrounded. Journalists from the News of the World had infiltrated the group 6 weeks earlier while investigating an art theft. They soon learnt of the kidnap plot with its high-profile target.
Who? Victoria Beckham.
The gang had staked out the Beckhams' home. Their plan was to grab Victoria when she arrived and subdue her with a chemical spray.
As long as you keep her quiet, which I'm sure the spray in a...
We're gonna sleep.
Asleep. Baby will have a good sleep.
The couple's young children were also fair game, and the gang was prepared to be ruthless to get its money.
1 week to bring that amount of money in there.
Yeah.
If it's not in there, I'm gonna cut her in pieces, that's all.
The newspaper finally went to the police when it was apparent the plotters were about to strike.
You can see that these guys had planned pretty meticulously what they intended to do. And if, frankly, they didn't get the money, their plan was quite simply to kill Victoria.
In all, 9 people have been arrested, although so far none has been charged over the kidnap scheme. Phil Black, 7 News.
Harry Potter's latest exploits have had their world premiere in London. The Chamber of Secrets is the budding wizard's 2nd instalment and likely to be an even greater money spinner.
Harry Potter!
Pottermania is just as big as ever. The success leaving young star Daniel Radcliffe speechless.
It's just unbelievable.
A thunderstorm and a curse on a batch of dodgy umbrellas sent author J.K. Rowling scurrying for cover, but there's no hiding from the popularity of the series. The first Harry Potter film took nearly $2 billion at the box office. If book sales are any guide, this film should be just as successful. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets has sold 42 million copies in as many countries. In the film, Harry Potter and his friends are pitted against the dark forces trying to destroy Hogwarts School of Magic.
It's classic in the sense that it's become so available to so many people. It's become this phenomenon which isn't a marketing phenomenon.
Harry Potter returns to Australian screens later this month. In London, Darren Linton, 7 News.
And sports up next with Ben Davis.
Thanks, Rod. Welcome aboard and welcome to sport, everyone. After the break, the latest betting on the Cup favourites. Leighton Hewitt down but not out in Paris. And an Aussie test shock. Vice-captain Adam Gilchrist in hospital.
She's no fairy godmother.
I've been accused of sexual harassment.
And she's lost her job. So what's the good news?
I'll hire you.
A night of fun when Dame Edna and Bon Jovi guest star. All new Ally McBeal tonight.
There's bargains galore at your Spotlight store.
Stop! Today only, Spotlight is slashing 15% off everything. 15% off every product in every department, including sale items. Until 9 p.m. tonight, take 15% off everything at all Spotlight stores.
Get a piece of the action. Big choice, big value, and more than 2,000 specials every week. Check out these action-packed bargains. Save 50 cents on 2-litre classic hit soft drink varieties, only 99 cents. Save 68 cents with So Good 1-litre soy drink varieties, just $1.69 each. Fresh, juicy peaches, $4.98 a kilo. Save $9.04 a kilo on boneless leg ham, almost half price at just $9.95 a kilo. Stretch your dollar further with our exclusive basics range and get more for your money at...
Action!
Marge, the rains are here.
McCain Super Juicy Corn Cobbets.
specially grown to be super juicy. So juicy, they're simply bursting with flavour. Ah, McCain, you've done it again.
It's the ultimate inner spring sale. Ultimate brands, ultimate choice. Ultimate savings of up to $1,000 off across the entire range. The Captain Snooze Ultimate Inner Spring Sale.
For the first time in Mackay, Glenwood Homes have teamed up with a major Australian lending partner to offer genuine no-deposit house and land packages. There's no messy savings plans. Once you qualify, we'll build your new home in a choice of quality subdivisions. Genuine no-deposit house and land. To qualify, you need to attend the No Deposit Home Buyer Seminar, one night only, 7:30 p.m. Thursday, November 7 at the Ocean International. Seats are limited. Call Glenwood Homes to reserve your free place.
Do you have time to meet 100 Bank?
We do.
Smart borrowers use the Deacon's Mortgage Bureau's free home loan service to find the best home loan and the cheapest interest rates.
Before you sign up for any home loan, call now.
You choose.
We get it approved.
Adam Gilchrist has sent a scare through the Aussie camp just 3 days out from the first Ashes test at the Gabba. The Australian vice-captain is spending tonight in hospital with an infected elbow. While his teammates trained this afternoon, Gilchrist was hooked up to an intravenous drip, a simple pimple stumping the Aussie keeper.
It's a bug that's managed to get into his bloodstream and it's infected the area locally, so we're not sure what the bug is, but he's had a broad-spectrum antibiotic.
Everyone expects him to make a speedy recovery, and I'm sure he'll be back on deck come first ball of the test match on Thursday.
Let's hope so. In last year's Ashes series, Gilly averaged 68, belting 340 runs with a highest score of 152. Still, if past fit, will he be 100%?
We have had these things in the past, and they can present a debilitating problem, especially for a top athlete.
Another headache for selectors, which quick will carry the drinks. Tomorrow's fitness test on Gillespie's calf could be the decider. Decisions too for Steve Waugh. He's got to find fielding replacements. Too many head knocks at bat pad forces Justin Langer out wider, while Mark Waugh's no longer at slip.
I think either Ricky or Damien obviously would be the obvious choice there. You know, they've always been the extension of our slips cordon anyway.
Meantime, Rain and Michael Vaughan have saved England in the tour match against the Bulls at Allan Border Field. The opener's classy 127 helped the visitors stay alive until bad light stopped play. Whiz-kid Nathan Horrocks had them in a spin, claiming 3 for 48. And the venue's namesake is back in friendly territory, Allan Border crossing the border on his charity walk from Sydney to Brisbane. Australian of the Year Pat Rafter has thrown his support behind good mate jockey Damien Oliver for tomorrow's Melbourne Cup. And that's the way the bookies see it. Media Puzzle heads the market in front of stablemate Vinnie Rowe and fellow European Fusion. Cup's King Bart Cummings' only runner, Miss Meliss, is at $26. Well, beaten but still number one, Leighton Hewitt suffered a rare straight sets loss overnight, outgunned by Russian Marat Safin in the final of the Paris Masters. But the Aussie remains on track to finish the year atop the world rankings.
With just one tournament left in this year's Masters series, Hewitt leads Andre Agassi by 88 points in the champions race. Only a disastrous performance in Shanghai would see him ousted from top spot. Unforced errors, though, proved costly against Marat Safin. Hewitt fought hard after losing the first 2 sets, but the Russian was unstoppable, claiming his second Paris title. Not a happy day at the office for local favourite Carlos Checa in the season-ending MotoGP in Valencia. The Spaniard stalled on the grid and Cardozo slammed into him. Both escaped serious injury. An upset up front, Brazilian Alex Barros pipping Valentino Rossi, denying the world champ a record 12th win for the season. Max Biaggi was third. And more spills in the prestigious New York Marathon. For the first time, the elite women's field started before the 30,000 other runners. But it didn't stop Australia's Commonwealth Games gold medalist Karen McCann from getting caught up in the crowd. McCann's stumble left her with a scraped knee and 7th place behind Kenyan Joyce Chipchumba. Victoria Carthew, 7 News.
Thanks, Vic. And for what it's worth, my tip, distinctly secret for the Cup tomorrow.
Time will tell, Ben. We'll keep an eye on that. Thank you. Well, our share market gained around 1.5% today on expectations of a Wall Street surge. The ASX 200 closed 44 points stronger. The HP Bulletin led the resource sector higher. Shares in News Corp jumped more than 5%. Macquarie Bank also made ground. And the Aussie dollar has broken through the 56 US cents mark.
We'll check Brisbane's fuel prices after the break.
And Tony Johnston has the latest on our stormy weather.
to marry her.
I think Brodie's one of the luckiest girls around.
But she's made other plans.
Can he change her mind? Next on Home and Away.
Right now, we're trimming everything, including our prices, with trimmers from only $249. So clean up with Still today at your nearest Still specialist dealer.
We're listening. We listen to what you want.
At First National, we've been listening, so we know you want the best advice on preparing your home for a quicker sale at the right price. So we've put together a free 24-page home seller's guide, so you can learn all the secrets of selling your home. Call First National now for your free home seller's guide and
turn to First National. We're listening.
There's bargains galore at your Spotlight store. Stop! Today only, Spotlight is slashing 15% off everything. 15% off every product in every department, including sale items. Until 9 p.m. tonight, take 15% off everything at all Spotlight stores.
This Tuesday, Oz Lotto jackpots to $10 million.
Oh, that's wild.
And with $10 million, you'll certainly have enough for your wildest dreams. So get your Oz Lotto entry in now.
It's Super Amart's
Melbourne Cup celebrations. Look at the prices.
Lounge Suites 100 off.
And these, again, 100 off.
Entertainment units 100 off.
Pillow top ensembles, 150 off.
Sofas lowest prices.
No deposit.
Interest free.
Timber chests reduced.
5-piece bedroom suite never cheaper.
Lowest prices on futons.
Solid timber blinds from $29.95.
80 off recliners.
No deposit.
Interest free.
Look for our jumbo 24-page catalogue.
Check these out.
Melbourne Cup celebrations.
On now.
Only at Super Amart. Now that's fresh.
That's Fruit World Fresh.
Bananas $1.79 a kilo, nectarines $2.99 a kilo, rock melons 99 cents a kilo, and onions 79 cents a kilo.
Now that's fresh.
That's Fruit World Fresh.
The week started on a positive note for motorists. Petrol prices were down by an average 1.5 cents a litre in Brisbane this afternoon. Best buying in the northern region was at the United in Albion. In the south, it was Shell in Shaler Park. The east's pick was Liberty in Cannon Hill, and the west's was Matilda in the Gap.
Well, weather time now, and plenty to talk about tonight, Tony.
Yes, Kay, it was an active afternoon, wasn't it? Well, as forecast, a line of storms moved through the southeast from the west late this afternoon. The radar shows that the storms have been strongest around Crow's Nest, Esk, Caboolture and Bribie Island, represented by the purple and red areas. There have been reports of hail, strong winds, heavy rain and lightning. Now, the Weather Bureau has just downgraded the severe thunderstorm warning, although they'll be around for the next couple of hours. Now, in the wake of the storm, the current temperature in Brisbane is still quite warm on 25 degrees. Despite the cloud, today's temps were still warm as well. It felt quite humid as well, didn't it? Archerfield, Toowoomba, Amberley and Logan City all reaching the 30s. Our Earthwatch satellite image shows the distinct band of storm cloud that developed along the trough line during the day. Now, today's chart shows the inland trough in a line extending from the Northern Territory right down through the state to the Darling Downs and into New South Wales. The trough has had the familiar warm northerlies ahead of it. The coastal section of the trough is moving north as we speak, bringing those showers and storms. A high will follow tomorrow with cooler southeasterly winds, so we can look forward to that. Around the nation, and all eyes on Melbourne tomorrow, they're expecting an early shower, clearing to a fine afternoon with a top of 20 degrees. Across the state, scattered showers and storms over northern and eastern parts ahead of a cooler southeasterly change. Increased dust over the interior. A look at the coastal conditions now, and the winds will be 20 to 25 knots south-southeasterly tonight, easing to 15 to 20 knots southeast to easterly tomorrow. And there are the tides, and Brisbane Bar Cutting will see its first high of 2.4 metres at 9:39 in the morning, and the high will follow just after 4. For the southeast, showers and storms clearing tonight, mostly fine and cooler tomorrow with only isolated showers nearer the coast. The Sunshine Coast, Brisbane and the Bayside looking at tops of 26 degrees. And looking ahead, fine through until the weekend with the chance of a shower there on Saturday. Good luck tomorrow on the Cup. I'm no expert, but as the weatherman, can't go past rain gauge. Kay and Rod.
Thanks, Tony. That rain dance worked. Well, that's 7 News this Monday. Thanks for being with us.
And Rod, again, we're delighted to welcome you to the 7 News team, and we're all looking forward to working together.
It's really great to be here, Kay. Thanks.
And I hope you'll all join us again the same time tomorrow night. Thanks for your company and have a good night.